Hello everyone, it's Leo and it's time to talk about episode 19 from Delicious Party. Before we start talking about the actual episode, let's remember certain things that happened before in Delicious so that we can get onto the lore of this season, which seems to be more and more interesting as the episodes go by. So in the first episode, we learn that there is a book called The Recipe Bond, and it was stolen from Cookingdom. And now the Banduru gang has that book. This book has been used to store the recipes they steal. And on episodes 13 and 14, we learned about the story of Shinada Monpei, who is Takumi's or Black Pepper's father. We learned that he comes from Cookingdom, and he was a cook fighter like Rosemary or Fennel. But he, for some reason, left Cookingdom very disappointed and thinking he was undeserving of being a fighter. So he left Cookingdom and he came to Earth and he ended up living like a regular human. He has a family now. Okay, so this is information that is important for us to know because of what we learned in this episode. So in today's episode, we start with Amane and the girls and Mari and the mascots as well. They're all together. Mari has given her the chalice and now she is considered a friend of the group as well. Another important step is Kokone starting to call her Amane. This is a big thing for Kokone. Kokone now feels a little bit more at ease with her. We know how important it is for Kokone's character to use the first name of someone, and it was very cute when that was possible. And so we just had a very cute bonding scene. We had the girls giving Amane the present they bought for her on Pretty Holic. I think it was on episode, I don't remember if it was on 13, 14, but it wasn't that time that she was sleeping. She was recovering from what happened to her as Gentlu. And that first scene was very cute. I adored it. Amane's voice actor is very good. Kaino Ai is really bringing it, but I feel like sometimes she is way too mature for Amane. I feel like I am listening sometimes to someone like Yuri, Cure Moonlight, or an older Cure, like maybe Cure Macaron. I don't know. It sometimes feels too deep for someone as young as Amane, but I still feel like she can bring the expression in the voice very, very well. And in this first scene, she first talks to the cooking and the cook queen, and she tells them certain details that we didn't know before about the Banduru gang. So the Banduru gang's hideout is in another dimension. The portal to enter this dimension is always random, so they can't really go there. And that's when we learn that they have stolen the book, the recipe bond. We don't know how and we don't know who did it. We just know it was them who stole it. After that, when they stopped talking to people from Cookingdom, Mari tells them they're investigating in Oishina Town. They've made lots of friends in Oishina Town, so they're trying to discover what's actually going on, where is the hideout. And they said that prior to this time, when the book was stolen, it was stolen before. Amane asks, who stole it from the Banduru gang? And Mari was like, it wasn't the Banduru gang, it was Cinnamon, a previous cook fighter. He stole the book, but it was found quickly after. And then Amane says like, no, I heard it was actually the Banduru gang who stole it. And Mari was shocked. And here comes theories. There are two possible outcomes of this. The first one is Cinnamon was part of the Banduru gang for a while, and they stole the recipe bond, and after they stole it, they probably felt guilty or something and gave it back. So that's why they feel undeserving of the title of a cook fighter, and they left the recipe, the Cookingdom. Or there is another possibility, which is Cinnamon was not responsible at all for this stealing. It was never Cinnamon, but the Banduru gang found a way to pin it on him, and he became the culprit. when he became the culprit, people started blaming him, and he felt that he was undeserving, unneeded, and he left Cookingdom because of that. I believe the second theory is the most possible one, because at the end of the episode, we see Mari approaching Black Pepper and asking if they're related to Rosemary, to Cinnamon. And he says, I am not. But he is, but he didn't want to say anything. And Mari was like, if you are, I really need to meet him because I need to apologize. If Mari needs to apologize, they need to apologize because of something. And I believe this something is, they blamed it on Cinnamon when it wasn't actually Cinnamon. It was someone else. Or they believed it was Cinnamon and it was actually the Bandru gang. Because if Cinnamon was part of the Bandru gang for a while, they wouldn't have the need to apologize because Cinnamon was doing something that they would consider something wrong, right? So I believe that the Bandru gang somehow pinned it on Cinnamon and they believed it, they judged Cinnamon. That is why Cinnamon left very sad because, he probably felt like this position of a cook fighter wasn't very deserving. So, like, every time we have lore from Delicious, I am jumping all in. I love theorizing. Let's focus on the episode a little more. So this episode had the girls baking cakes for Amane's brothers. I really wanted to see more of Amane's brothers. I really like them. They are very fun. Unfortunately, they did not appear very much in this episode. I feel like they really focused this on Amane and the girls, which is a good thing. And there is another thing, which is both of her brothers are voiced by a very popular idol in Japan. So he's probably not very cheap to voice. So they probably voiced very few lines with him. And we won't see the brothers appearing very much. But it's okay, I enjoy just seeing them a little bit because they're cool. And it was nice seeing the girls getting together for the first time and doing something together for the first time as well. Obviously, it was super funny to see both of them, the girls being divided into two groups, two duos, and cooking and being like a competition and Mari judging the competition. Pam Pam and Men Men. Girl, it was so cool. Pam Pam and Men Men super fired up. Like Pam Pam defending Kokone, Men Men defending Dan. It was so good. I enjoyed it so much. It was, oh my god. And the whole baking moment was super cute. I feel like they were able to, showcase how Amane is, how Kokone is, Yui and Iran working together and eating things beforehand. It was so cool. And I think that one of the things that Delicious is really doing is fleshing out the characters. We know them very well by now. Even Amane, who just entered the group, we already are getting to know a lot about her, and that just feels amazing. On the other side, we have the Bandru gang. They didn't really seem very thrilled about Finale. They didn't really seem to care about Finale joining. Godats didn't seem to care at all. Secretary was just very stoic, as she always is, and shading Narcissus, because Narcissus created a gadget, but that gadget just went nowhere. It had no results, as she was saying, and Narcissus was the one to attack. Narcissus tried to throw a little bit of shade or a little bit of guilt towards Amane, calling her Genfelu, but she was strong. She was like, baby, no way. And she stayed strong as Amane. Obviously, she has a very strong-willed, driven heart. And so we have the fighting scene, we have the updated pose, super, super boring. And the fighting scene, on the other hand, I think the fighting scene wasn't that special either. We could see the girls, trying techniques, which is nice. But I miss moments that they could go out of the stock footage. In this fight, I feel like for example, when the monster captured Yui, Cure Precious, the way Finale saved her could have been bigger, could have been grander. You know what I mean? And but it was very funny. Black Pepper coming and then Finale in front of him and saving Yui. It was so nice. I loved it. And it was very funny seeing that. We could also see Finale's new minor attack, Finale Bouquet. It was cool. It was very fast, but it was cool. You know, like this big purple beam. Very nice. And, you know, she concluded the fight. The fight itself wasn't really like a big thing. The most important thing was Black Pepper seeing Finale for the first time, that now he knows that there is a new cure in the fray. And Finale also seeing Black Pepper for the first time, she's like, who that? But the most important thing was obviously Mari asking Black Pepper if he knows Cinnamon, because Mari needs to apologize. Mari needs to apologize because Mari probably did a wrong judgment of character when it comes to Cinnamon. The whole Cookingdom probably will have to apologize. Baby, I am so curious for this. And at the end, we didn't have a winner in the cake competition. Both cakes looked delicious. They looked super, super cute. And I feel like the most important thing was for Amane to feel at ease and get the help of the girls. And there was a very sweet scene when they were celebrating and Amane was like, girls, thank you very much. Because she used that moment for her brothers, but also to bond with them. And it was very nice. And there is one thing I am loving. The Parfait SCPP keeps on appearing. And the Parfait SCPP is super obsessed with Amane. And the other energy fairies were a little scared of her, but they're not anymore. You know, at the end, the energy fairies made their own cake for everybody to eat as well. It was so cute. It was so adorable. And the Parfait was like, oh, it's only for Amane. And Pum Pum was super angry. I'm so happy Pum Pum is standing up for herself. Yes, queen, work, slay. And she was standing up for herself and she was like, we didn't do it for Amane. We did it for everybody. It was so nice. I love Pum Pum so much. Anyways, this episode brought the plot. It was a nice episode. I still feel like there is more for them to work with Amane's past as Gentlu. I hope they keep on going back with that, because I feel like there are still things that could add to her character overall. But I think that they're going on a good path with her. And next week, Kokone's restaurant, finally. I am so excited. We could see the girls wearing different costumes. I loved it. And this episode also brought us new costumes for the girls, new school costumes as well, new school uniforms as well, and an updated opening with new scenes with Amane and Finale. Very cool. I am still waiting for the new ending. Kokoro Delicious, you can't come sooner. Come on, come on, come on. Bring it to us. Where is Kokoro Delicious? Kokoro Delicious. I can't wait. Anyways, babes, this was my opinion on episode 19. Please leave yours in the comment box. Let's keep talking about it. Anyways, just want to take this little time to thank the members of the Magical Cinema channel. If you are a member, thank you very, very much. I really, really appreciate it. And if you've watched up until now, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye-bye.